Hi, I'm Mother Mary. I cover the state of justice in America and in the world. Today we are reading chapter 6 in the case of the missing juror. This was written by David Haeg. His contact information is in the description box below. In 2022, citizens protested outside Alaska's courthouses demanding a grand jury investigation into number one, evidence that Marla Greenstein is falsifying investigations to keep corrupt judges on the bench, and two, evidence that Alaska's Department of Law, the Bar Association, the Commission on Judicial Conduct, the court system, and the judges are all covering up for Ms. Greenstein. On June 29, 2022, a Kenai Grand Jury votes by majority vote to investigate the above. Judge Jennifer Wells orders the grand jury to stop investigating and permanently dismisses them from service. Citizens organize a statewide courthouse sit-in to be continued after closing time and arrests until the Kenai Grand Jury is re-impaneled and allowed to investigate. Alaska Constitution, Article 1, Section 8 states, quote, "The power of grand juries to investigate and make recommendations concerning the public welfare or safety shall never be suspended." The day before the sit-in, a new Kenai Grand Jury is impaneled to investigate. According to Clint Campion, the Kenai Grand Jury's, quote, independent counsel, I added the quotes. You can read the last one about Clint Campion. Ms. Greenstein, quote, lawyered up and refused to testify when she was subpoenaed. After she was subpoenaed and testified, the grand jury indicted former Judge Margaret Murphy for perjury. Greenstein had previously, quote, investigated and exonerated Judge Murphy. Judge Murphy's lawyers motioned to dismiss her indictment because only 12 jurors were impaneled and then one went missing after the grand jury voted to indict her, reducing their number below the required 12 minimum, 18 maximum. Then they admit the remaining grand jurors realized the missing juror destroyed the entire grand jury investigation. Quote, one grand juror expressed his disappointment that the lack of quorum would mean that the grand jury had wasted 10 months of the process. That comes from the state versus Murphy. The motion to dismiss the indictment dated October 30th, 2023. Mr. Campion confirms losing a grand juror and that the remaining jurors wanted him arrested and forced to continue. Quote, we lost one of the grand jurors, and as far as I can tell, he's not someone that we can find to reconstitute the grand jury. There was some discussion among the jurors about other steps that could be taken, having him arrested or having a citation issued. That came from the state versus Judge Murphy's oral argument in January of 2024. Citing the missing juror, Judge Thomas Matthews dismissed Judge Murphy's indictment. Then, without reason, he sealed the grand jury report and recommendations concerning Ms. Greenstein and those covering up for her before citizens could see them. But the Alaska court system rules require 18 grand jurors to be impaneled, not counting alternates, 6 of which are impaneled on all other grand juries for a total of 24. Mr. Campion confirmed this, saying, quote, it's unlike any grand jury proceedings I've ever been involved with, where we'd have more than 18 because alternates would show up and we'd have to tell them to not be present. So it's completely inconsistent. Let me say, having only 12 is inconsistent with my experience with grand juries across the state. That is from a February of 2024 recording of Clint Campion. Conclusion. Why did the Alaska court system only impanel 12 grand jurors and no alternates to investigate corruption in the Alaska court system, especially an investigation that may last for years? And why wasn't the missing juror found and forced to continue his service? Affidavit of Kevin Hall. On or about July 1977, I was a juror in Kenai, Alaska on a felony assault case. Partway into my service, my father died in an airplane accident. Consequently, I sought to end my service and make funeral arrangements. I was told by the Alaska court system I could have 2 days off, and that if I didn't voluntarily return after that, the Alaska state troopers would be dispatched to find and return me. That comes from Kevin Hall's affidavit sworn to under penalty of perjury. This will be available. It is available at alaskastateofcorruption.com. You can see these original documents. A growing number of good, strong, and true Alaskans are determined to find answers. Our first action will be a peaceful sit-in at noon on December 11th, 2026, just after the new governor takes office, in Anchorage's Atwood building. Until the new governor appoints an independent Mullen-type commission that publicly investigates. Those willing to join the sit-in, please contact David Haeg. We'll put his contact info in the description box below. It is time for the sleeping giant to wake up and kick ass. For too long, we have walked softly. It is time to swing with the full might of an outraged public, the big stick. You can find more information at alaskastateofcorruption.com. If you enjoy this content, please go ahead and hit that like button, share it with others who you think might be interested, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content like this and be notified when I post it. Okay, thank you for listening.